If you're a student of anthropology or just a keen observer of the human condition, then you probably notice that there's been a shift, and these things happen every 7 or 8 years, I guess. A lot of people talking about woke, whatever woke means to them. As far as I can tell, it's just a regurgitation of politically correct, but everything post-Trump makes even the simplest argument left and right. And the media likes to paint us all as, being one extreme or the other, but there are plenty of people who can think for themselves. Before January 6th, we only had to worry about morons so much. It's almost cult-like. Look, I'm not saying anything new that hasn't already been said 100 times, probably by more articulate people. There was a guy, one of his co-workers, a female, was getting married in a couple of months. And she talked about her wedding, her upcoming nuptials, a lot at work. But she never said her fiance's name. She would always just say, my fiance this, and my fiance that. So this guy said to her at one point, are you marrying a man or a woman? Which 20 years ago would be an insult instantly. But in an era where each can marry either, it has to become just a part of the conversation. Especially if your thing is not using a pronoun. So the guy got fired. And he said, when he was being fired, he said to his boss, why is this happening? And she said, did you ask a coworker if she were marrying a man or a woman? And he said, yeah, I did, because I didn't know. And the boss said, you can't do that, because that means you think she's gay. That means it's a given that a woman marrying a woman and gay is therefore bad. And that's on them, not on me. I mean the guy. And then I stopped at the convenience store to get something to drink, and in there they were playing Bo Cephas, a song I haven't heard in like 35 years. They asked me, Hank, why do you drink? Why do you go smoke? Family tradition. And we all know who introduced me to that. You see that? I'm sweating like a puerco. Como un puerco. We're probably only about 6 or 7 years away from a niche law firm being created that only caters to people who have been discriminated against by people who thought they were being discriminated against in the workplace. It's a very, very tight, small niche. But, there are motorcycle attorneys. There are attorneys who only handle personal injury. There are attorneys who only handle Uber cases, divorce lawyers, public defenders. I imagine when you come out of law school, you have to decide where you're going to shift your focus. And I'm telling you that there is money in this. Lord, I was born a rambling man. People of the world, join hands, start a love train. The ink is black, the page is white, making friends. Stick your head in here. Oh man, that's awesome. Oh, but it's BOGO. I'm in the grocery store now where it's nice and cool. Just had kind of a weird, hey man, is that Freedom Rock moment? Actually, two of them. The UPS driver in my mom's apartment complex was making a delivery, and his music was playing really loud, and it was House of Pain by Faster Pussycat. And I was like, what? And I found the guy in the truck, and I'm like, is that Faster Pussycat? And he's like, yeah, it is. I'm like, all right, cool. Well, turn it up. Remember Freedom Rock? All right, so now we're at the blood pressure machine. I used to know the entire order of those songs on Freedom Rock. I had that whole commercial memorized.